Hi, I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. I'm going to do a news story on North Carolina, because this is the second of the three states that were really effective in suppressing voter participation. Okay, in 2013, North Carolina, led by the GOP, approved a law that eliminated same-day voter registration, cut a full week of early voting, barred voters from casting a ballot outside their home precincts, scrapped straight-ticket voting, got rid of a program to pre-register high school students who would turn 18 by Election Day. That law also included one of the nation's stricter voter ID requirements. Federal court struck down most of the law after finding that it was passed with the intention to suppress African American voters with almost surgical precision. The court noted that lawmakers first studied which racial demographics used which voting methods. They moved to eliminate those favored by black residents. The law is a perfect example, the judge wrote, of the inevitable tendency of elected officials to entrench themselves by targeting groups unlikely to vote for them. Republican-controlled county election boards tried to find a way around the verdict. No longer able to cut a full week of early voting, the state GOP instructed the boards to make party line changes to early voting, cutting hours and locations. Though some of the most extreme cuts were blocked by the State Board of Elections, many remain in place through the election. For example, Guilford County reduced the number of polling sites in the first week of early voting from 16 in 2012 to just 1 this year. A GOP memo issued at the end of the state's early voting period celebrated the inevitable results of those cutbacks. African American turnout had dropped nearly 9%. In countries that slashed early voting hours and sites, voters also had to wait in lines several hours long to cast their ballots. A new Harvard study found that such long waits not only disenfranchise working-class voters who can't afford to wait, but also discourages voters from participating in future elections. Trump won the state by fewer than 200,000 votes, and the governor's race remains too close to call. This story, I think it was written about maybe a week ago, because even though it is technically too close to call, I think now it's that Roy Cooper, he was able to beat out the incumbent Pat McCrory, the Republican. So it's still, I think it's going to end up officially pretty close. That I think Roy Cooper is going to win by under 8,000 votes, something like that. So it's pretty close. So they might actually do a recount, because Pat McCrory is really probably going to fight to try to keep his spot as governor. But if you're African American, how can you justify voting for the GOP when they celebrate that black people are voting less? They're the racist party. They just want to fuck over black people and push them in as close to the poverty line as they possibly can and just elevate rich white men. So I mean, each and every single thing that they could think of to enrich themselves and oppress black people, poor people, brown people, anyone that's not them, not a rich white guy. It's their objective. So I mean, it's just appalling just to see just this egregious racism just being accepted, and that people just say, well, yeah, they still don't give a shit. If you're a black Republican, they don't give a shit. They still don't want you to vote. Even if you vote for them, even if they could get maybe 20% of black voters, they still don't give a shit. They don't want you to vote. And it's not like they're going to lose a whole bunch of power right now because the Democrats are corrupt too. So this shit is just really egregious. It's just really inequitable, and it really just hurts the people of North Carolina, my state, and just hurts the people of the United States. Crushing black people just because they're black is just going to hurt all of us in the end. They don't get that. That's why we got to fight their ass. Got to get their ass out of office. Got to get rid of all these bullshit laws. We got to write fair and equitable laws. It's going to protect everybody, not just a rich white guy.